Recently, I've been trying to figure out how I can change the dining room area in my house to be more of a plant display area. My roommate and I, we went and bought a mirror, and then I also have some shelves that I've made previously that I'm gonna put up on the walls. And then I also have a vision, which to a lot of people probably would be a little crazy, but I have a vision of, I've always wanted a ladder on the ceiling to be a trellis for my plants. So the vining plants would be able to grow on the ladder. So I have a couple ideas on how to make the ladder look aesthetically pleasing and not too jarring. I did what I normally do, and I called my dad and I made him have a little father-son bonding day where we put everything together. We have gotten to the point where I could probably put all this stuff up myself, but it's always nice to have another person there to help out when you need. And by me saying that, I'm meaning my dad does most of the work and I just ask questions the whole time. After we got the mirror up, I wanted to put up 2 shelves that are centered up top that were going to be holding a majority of the plants that we were going to be buying. I've had these shelves previously in a different room, so it was nice to finally be able to use them a couple years later again too. And the last part with putting this up is that we need to put a ladder on the ceiling, which is going to be a little bit tricky. I didn't want to have to use too many materials to make this work. So what we came up with was putting, I believe they're called loop eye hooks. I definitely could be wrong, but I believe we put 6 of those, and then we put hooks into the ceiling, and then those loop eye hole hooks would then just hook into the hooks that are on the wall. That sounded confusing, I'm sorry. This is definitely going to be something that is going to last a while and will be something fun and a statement piece for this house.
All right, so it's later that day. This is how it turned out. I think it looks really nice. And then we also added this ladder, which also I think looks really nice too. So in the end, these plants that are gonna be on these shelves or on this shelf, they're gonna have vining plants that grow up onto the ladder, and then the ladder will form like an archway of plants above it when you're walking in and out of our patio. So I am super excited about this. I think this is gonna look really nice.
I knew I needed a grow light because we have north-facing windows in this house. So these plants that I wanted to buy were not low light plants. I wanted some things that were a bit needed almost full sun to part sun for most of the day. My favorite brand that I love working with is Soltech Solution. I've been using this brand for a few years at this point. I posted a video of my bedroom tour that I'll link above for you to see if you want to watch that video. And in that video, I had the Soltech Highland track system. I don't like the plant lights to detract away from the plants, so this is like a perfect solution for me. They did recently reach out to me asking if I want to do a little bit of a partnership with them too. So if you're interested in putting up your own grow lights, I really recommend this company. Their products last a long time and they are super beneficial for my plants. I've seen a tremendous amount of growth in my plants. If you do end up wanting to buy any of Soltech's products, they have this Highland track system and a couple different plant lights. They did offer me to use a code for my subscribers, so it's Gunner15. I'll link this down below too as well if you want to use this for anything at all. And yeah, you just have to use that code Gunner15. You probably could get away with not using grow lights even though it is north-facing windows. I just knew I'd be really restricted in the plants I wanted to use. After I spent some time putting up the Highland track system with my friends watching and helping me out.
There's things that we don't need on stuff. Yeah. But she
Ordered this one first. No pre-drilling, so let's see. It's hard to make look good. Now I need to have this power cord go from here, and I think I have like the wire go along the ladder.
Yeah.
Try to hide it.
Genius.
And then it's gonna have to come down the wall here.
Maybe we can just find some art to like
Cover
distract
it
from
with the vine.
It was now moving on to buying the plants that we were actually wanting in the space. So we ended up going to one of our local plant stores and we bought the Song of India, the kangaroo paw fern, the peperomia hope, the peperomia ginny, the bird's nest fern, the Chinese money plant, Hoya rosita, peperomia rosso, and then the Hoya pubicalis, which I can never really say that last one, I'm so sorry. One of the main goals is to have a little bit of variation, but also make sure that we have enough vining plants that would be able to fill up this ladder. It also was an exciting moment because I make a lot of plant pots myself, so I also could think about what plant we were gonna buy, what plant pot of mine that I made was gonna be put in that spot, and it's been a fun time getting this sorted together too. I wanted to make sure I was buying plants that needed different variations of light as well. I knew I would be having grow lights, but I also didn't know exactly where all these plants would be able to be, if the lights would be able to be on them directly, or if it'd be kind of like a shadow of the light hitting it from the side. So I was trying to think about all that while we were purchasing plants. But the biggest thing we were looking at is we were trying to do non-toxic, just because we do have cats in the house. They don't tend to bite on the plants, but it's just something to be aware of always when you're buying plants. Overall, I think the project turned out really well. I do think there's a lot of things to still do with it and I need to update on in the future. Having plants in any environment just elevate just a touch. So I think I'm really excited to see all the plant growth that's gonna be happening soon in this summer. And I'm also excited to see all the new additions that I'm gonna be having. I also plan, I want on this side of the ladder to have a hanging plant pot that I make soon. So there's lots of different videos that I'm gonna be putting out soon to deal with this still in the future. I'm gonna keep updating our dining room area and the basement downstairs as well. So if you're interested in videos like that, for sure subscribe and stay along for that. Other than that, thank you for watching today's video and I hope you have a great rest of your day.